All right. So, welcome back to our campaign, 4 Deems and a Noob. Today, running it is going to be me, Daniel Weber, previously playing Gwendolyn Rapper, a new cleric, and just finding his way around his new town. And today, I'm going to be taking over the DM capabilities from our friend Chase Esmiel over here, who will be playing only. Introduce yourself, sir.
I've been practicing it for weeks and I still can't do it on the spot. Basil of the Rue. He is the lovable Harrigan bard, and that's all I'll be doing today. Hopefully, I can keep the voice right.
All right, and to the left of Chase, we have our wonderful sound person, and noob of the group. Please introduce yourself, sir.
I am Janu. I don't have any fancy voice yet. I'm still workshopping that. So hopefully sooner than later, maybe we'll come up with a voice.
And who's Janu played by?
So Janu is... Oh, you mean me?
Yeah! the first noob moment of the entire
I know. I've been the one keeping everything.
On Earth. We have not yet entered into
I've been the one keeping everyone in check, and that is finally I have my moment. I am... my name is Josh. Waslosik is the last name. A lot of people call me Whack. And I am the noob of the group. I know some things on D&D, but when it comes by and large, I know maybe 2% stuff. But I'm the one that keeps the sound hopefully sound a little good. We're Airbnb-ing today, so we have some nice audio texture of the AC. Oh, excuse me, of the AC in the background. So I do apologize about that, but yeah, excited. Excited for another round.
And next up from our beautiful Airbnb down here in Central Texas is...
My name is Zach Church. I'll be playing... Woo! Pull the chase. I'll be playing Norm Lagor, our resident plasmoid monk. So it'll be a lot of fun sloshing around, slapping people. Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. And so everybody listening knows we are not drunk. We have all had our recommended amount of sleep, I'm going to say. And this is just us not being able to talk human words. So with that, the final member of our group, please introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, my name is Ryan Butler. I play... Gosh dang it, Chase. I was trying to be professional. I play Solon. And yeah, today is going to be a good day. We're all here having fun. Had tons of non-alcoholic beers. And
Non-alcoholic children beers.
Non-alcoholic children beers.
Not children beers. I will red flag that.
DM approved.
They were non-alcoholic children beer. And I'm glad he added the beer because at first it was just non-alcoholic children that he had.
Oh, no.
Which means we did not pick them up from a rehab facility. They're just non-alcoholic children.
I got it from Gwen, okay?
Yes. All right. So jumping right into our beautiful fantasy world, we see Norm, Basil, Janu, and Solon walking with the assistant mayor towards a fairly large complex. They're still walking down the main drag, and oh yes.
Okay, so are we just assuming that? Because I know in the last episode I was kind of trailing behind, so we're just assuming I caught up.
Would you like to have a mini conversation before you catch up?
What does that mean? What's mini?
Well, it would be. I mean, you can walk and talk however long you want. If the conversation goes on too long, then the first group will get there first. If you just have a short conversation and you want to kind of catch up, then you can all get to the prison at the same time.
Let's just do that. Prison at the same time.
Okay. So, let's see. Norm, Basil, and Janu. Norm, Basil, Janu, Solon, and the assistant mayor are walking down the main drag. It's a dirt road, well traveled. It's just after the close of most businesses. as you all just left City Hall after closing hours. So it closes just before everywhere else closes because bureaucrats. So most of your normal shops are starting to close down for the day. People are going home, so the streets they're not deserted, but it's pretty low level. In the distance, not too far, you can see what looks like a sprawling complex. Tall stone walls, probably 30, 40 feet high, almost like a castle parapet. And it from where you are, it goes as far as you can see from either side. On the top, looks like some type of not barbed wire, but spiked iron facing both inwards and outwards down. So it's very clearly the prison that you're looking for. And then in the very front is you can see a closed portcullis. So as you are walking, go ahead.
As Basil's kind of in the front still with the assistant mayor, correct?
Yep.
As they were walking that way, so, Assistant Mayor, I have a quick few questions before we make our way there. If we are, as you said earlier, going to let us talk to the prisoners that assaulted us, well, assaulted me primarily, do you mind if I talk with the one prisoner that actually assaulted me? I think it's important I hear his side of the argument, or hear his side of what happened.
I mean, I if I can, I would love to. And you still see on his face, he's still kind of a little bit broken, because you remember when you were in his office, you had previously called him out with your super hearing. You were able to hear the change in his heartbeat and know that he was lying. So he's still kind of he's punked out right now. So he's looking down. He's kind of shuffling his feet as he walks. He's like, if I can, I will. I'll talk to the warden, but
Well, of course,
I don't.
You are, of course, the assistant mayor. I think
Yeah,
with
Puffs
your
his chest out a little bit.
with your prowess and your knowledge, I think it would be, your ins and outs of the city, especially because you do primarily all the work, not the real mayor. I understand how much you have to go through. I think you have a little bit more pull than you probably would with the guard than the mayor, don't you think?
I think you're right, and I was really nervous in my office, and some of the things I was saying might not have come out the same. They might not have come out right. I really do care about these people. It's not just about the money to me, and I want to show you. I want to show you guys that you don't have to tell anybody anything about me not, caring or lying or anything, because we can solve this between ourselves.
Wonderful.
Well,
Gold Star Dragonborn.
I honestly think that is probably the best way. Let's keep this between us. I think that's a splendid idea.
And don't worry, I won't tell anyone that you also change your voice at various times.
The dust on the on the dirt road. Oh, yeah, it really kicked up. Anybody else?
Attacking the DM.
So you say that, and he's looking up, and you can see him kind of. His eyes are kind of going back and forth a little bit, like he's, instead of finding himself caught in a predicament, he's trying to think of his way out of it.
Yeah. So obviously he still doesn't really know what's going on, from what I can tell, or do I need to roll for that? Or is it still apparent because how flustered he was from earlier?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay. So as this goes on, as we walk the whole way, I'm probably just going to be bolstering him to have that confidence to really talk to the guard in a way that will make it where we can actually get what we want. So what I'm going to do for him is I'm actually going to sing a cheerful song as we walk. It's a cantrip. It's a sweet tune. It's worth more than its wealth of war. As I sing to him, it's bolstering his spirits, and then the other three that are around me. Affected creatures will also gain one temporary hit point and then can add 1+ bonus to their first attack roll, saving throws, or ability checks made. So I want to make, like, it's not just for you, it's for everybody else that is here to be able to be ready for, so you can add that +1 to one of your ability checks.
Like just one time?
Yeah, just one time. Just one bonus one time. It's just something to bolster this whole, so I'm just bolstering everyone as we go. And for me, obviously, it's not singing a song. I'm just talking him up and then, kind of bouncing that off to everybody else as we go.
How long does this boost last for?
It's instantaneous, so it lasts until your next, the start of your next turn. So it would be turn-based. I don't know. It depends on what he wants to do with it.
You're good. You cast it, and you can. So you talk to him, and just your self-confidence, and despite everything going on, your excitement to get into this prison and talk and interrogate has kind of pepped everybody else up from their weary day, and now everybody's feeling a little bit better about themselves. Okay. Did anybody? Well, first, how are you guys walking? What's your kind of like formation in the? Are y'all walking side by side, like safe?
I'm okay, not exactly side by side next to the assistant mayor, but like maybe one little step behind him, but where he like has to kind of look back and down at me as I look up to him. I want him to have that sense that he's still like, I'm trying to give him the feel of being in charge, as I am manipulating him as much as possible.
I'm flying like 5 feet and 10 feet up, so 5 feet behind them and 10 feet up.
Okay.
And I have my hands in my pockets, just like flying, like just staring down at the assistant mayor.
All right, so you're brooding.
Negating everything I'm trying to do.
I mean,
That's why he's flying above.
As he's talking,
Exactly.
there's just these like tiefling shadows, just everywhere he goes. Like as soon as he starts to feel confident in himself, he just sees pointy wings, and he's like, "Oh shit."
I think I'll say I'm walking parallel to Basil. So basically that puts the assistant mayor in the middle, but a little forward in the both of us, right?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Like a triangle, yeah.
I am going to be bouncing right next to Basil in time with his song. I am the bouncing ball to the song.
Phenomenal. All right, then everybody gets to roll a perception check.
That is a D20.
It is.
Nat 20 on the first roll of the podcast, baby.
Alrighty.
first roll's a player in a while too. There
Yeah.
you go.
I got a 16.
And then you
That
should
one.
have a plus something for perception
Oh, yes.
on your ability check.
This is amazing.
This is a 24 for me.
All right.
But as a crit.
This is a 20 for me.
All right.
It's a hard 12 for me, boss.
All right.
21 for me.
Oof. All right. So Norm, you are.
I'm so into just bouncing along in time with the music that I lost everything.
Yeah, you're just having a good time. Everybody else, or Janu and Solon, you guys get to a point in the road where you can see not just the gate, but 3 figures. I'll say 3 figures right on the other side of the gate, and they are all head to toe in heavy armor, helms, gloves. One has a halberd, one has a broadsword on his back, and one has a long bow and arrow.
And this was at the prison, correct?
Yes,
As
this
we're
is
walking
on
in?
the inside of the portcullis. So, what you two notice is, as soon as the assistant mayor sees these guards there, he takes kind of like just a half step, where you get 21 and 20. You notice that he's nervous, just to be in. Either he's nervous to be this close to the front of it. He's just nervous at whatever he had seen, whatever's there. Basil, with your crit, you can tell that not just he's nervous, but he's actually scared. He started sweating. His heartbeat, since you're so close to him, his heartbeat's like it's pounding out of his chest right now. Where it was still a little up there because of this whole situation, but something happened when he saw the guards. Either he had the realization like we're at the prison or something, but he's not. He's
Yeah.
a little bit pale,
So
sweaty.
his heart rhythm was the rhythm more at the end of Sloan's session at the at the shop, not the beginning of the session.
Yeah.
So it's not rhythmic; it's just pounding.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the epilogue to the leather shop
Okay.
sonata.
All right. So as I with that see who he's scared of as I'm looking around, is it just the soldiers or is it like being at the prison?
I'm gonna let you roll an insight with advantage.
Okay.
I mean, if we're seeing if me and Ryan are seeing he's nervous, is that something we can do as well? Can we kind of
14.
try and glean maybe?
Roll insight without advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 14 total.
All right, 8.
That'd be 14.
All right, so you guys think that the change in his demeanor happened when he saw the 3 figures at the gate, not because you had been walking towards the gate for long enough that there was no substantial change.
Okay.
But just seeing not necessarily humans, but people, beings there, that was what set him off. All right, so Assistant Mayor doesn't say anything. He's just continues to walk. If nobody else says anything or wants to do anything, it takes another minute or two before you guys reach the gate where you're within talking.
As we're walking, I want to see, I guess as we're walking past the gate, if he just eyes those 3 people, or if he's like looking at everybody, if it's like primarily those 3 people that he's nervous of, or if it's just like him being around people with what's happening with us, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna make you keep rolling for the same walk. So with that, as it seems like he's just staring straight ahead and almost ignoring the people.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like,
Okay.
and then as you get closer, where you're hitting that last street where it's just going to be the prison right in front, and then the road that runs right or left in front of it.
Yeah.
Once you hit that intersection, you notice he starts looking around all over to see who the fuck is there.
Okay. It doesn't give me anything. Cool. Yeah, no, I just am just watching as we're walking, seeing how he is. As he starts like getting more nervous and looking, I kind of like tap him on his calf, or his calf, and be like,
Mayor.
Yeah.
kind of like, I was like,
Yes.
Hey, if you like, just relax. It's all right. They don't know who we are. They know who you are. You're the assistant mayor. You're in charge here. Don't forget it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I know. I know. I am the assistant. I am the assistant mayor.
No, forget assistant. You'll be mayor one day, soon enough.
Shh. No. I am the assistant. And now you see him like really looking around when you said that. He's like, no, I am the assistant mayor. And his nervousness kind of goes down a little bit,
Okay.
and you can kind of feel more hostility.
okay, all right.
I make sure my shadow is looming over it. See the tensions rise.
That's a good point. So, as that happens, as you're saying that, as soon as that conversation happens, they call out to you guys, "Oi, down!" And the guy with the bow points straight at them. And then the other 2, they're not drawing their weapons; they're just pointing at you and saying, "Oi, down!"
You land dwellers are always jealous. I land.
Guy with his bow unknocks his arrow, puts it back, and then just walks back and like totally nonchalant, like they weren't really worried about it as long as you
The
did
King's Guard.
it. So
Got
yeah,
it.
he goes back into his there's like a little hut,
Okay.
stone hut on either side of the gate on the inside. So he just goes back into one of those. And the one with the broadsword, just kind of his voice sounds really muffled. Oi, what up? What are y'all doing? Visiting hours are over.
I don't say anything. I look up to very pointedly to the assistant mayor, kind of like like presenting him to the guards.
The assistant mayor looks. He's like, you can tell he was kind of open. You guys would just talk if he didn't say anything.
Oh, well then when I see that art, it's like,
The assistant mayor here had promised that we could come in and talk to some people that assaulted us. It has something to do with some of the missing people around here. We're trying to help the assistant mayor out, as he has set us aside to help him, kind of as a special duty for the city, if you don't mind.
Is that all true, sir? You didn't tell us you were coming. You didn't have an appointment. We're supposed to have visitor passes. Yes. It was impromptu. We have. This is part of an investigation. They are with me, and we need to speak to the 3 night. And he kind of lowers his voice and leans in. The 3 night tears that were arrested the other day. At this, you kind of see the archer's head pop back out of the hut for just a second, and then pop back in. And then the guy with the halberd kind of just shakes his head and walks back into the other hut. And the guy with the broadsword, you need to see the dark tears. You need to see the dark tears today.
Well, if I may jump in, Mayor, I apologize. I know I don't have a lot of authority other than what the mayor's allotting us, or the assistant mayor is allotting us, but there's some recent information that we've come to gather as our new appointed roles as
Emissaries of the mayor.
Yeah, as emissaries of the mayor, according to we're hired on to be investigating these lost souls, and this is something that is quite pointed, and as you can tell, for missing person cases, the sooner the better.
Well, one moment. And he disappears back into the other hut. So it takes about 2-3 minutes, and then the one comes back out, and the one with the broadsword presses a rune on the wall on one side of the portcullis, and almost like a trough just kind of opens up on your side of the wall. Put your weapons in there. All weapons, all magic items. This is a prison. You two, assistant mayor. All weapons, all magic items. Go in. You will get them back. They will be tagged. They will be tagged to match your visitor pass, which we will give you as soon as you enter. And upon exiting, once you return your visitor pass, all of your items will be returned to you.
As he says that, I'm pulling out my rapier. That's the only weapon I have. But I'm also keeping an eye out what the mayor is, or the assistant mayor is like. If he has any magical items, I want to know what he has.
The assistant mayor takes off his socks and puts them in. And he looks very ashamed when he's doing this.
Magic sock.
He's got magic legs.
Does his legs look skinnier after illusion socks to make his calves look
but
big?
you can tell they look like they're very pasty legs. Like very skinny, but also very well waxed.
What does a pasty dragonborn look like?
I forgot it was Dragonborn. So let's see. It looks sanded. It looks sanded. Like you went over with like 80 grit. Like over the scale.
Dang.
Like polished.
Polished with sandpaper.
Yeah.
Wet polish.
I take out the sword I bought in the last episode. I believe I bought a sword. I should go back and listen to that.
Yeah,
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also have
The dagger.
Gwyn's dagger, so I take out both of those. I start getting it myself, like as I'm a weapon, but then I kind of just laugh it off and step back.
You can't see their eyes, but you just see him stare at you. Like you can feel his eyes.
Norm looks at them and like kind of you just see the random stuff that he has collected floating around inside of his body. Like I don't believe that I have any weapons.
What in the fuck are you?
I bounce one
Is
more
that a
time.
familiar? You gotta leave familiars
I
outside.
bounce one more
Well,
time and
he
take
came through
my
the portal.
humanoid shape
He
and extend a pseudopod out to shake his hand.
You notice your hand does not go through the gap
It
in
just
the portcullis. Yeah, it's very much like you just touched an invisible wall.
He just looks down and looks back at the guard and pulls it back, and it stays the same shape and waves. He goes, "I am Normligor. I am
okay.
I am not a familiar."
But he is familiar to us. Yes.
All right, man. I get it. We're in the portal town. Things happen.
As you coins and an ink bottle and a map of the city are floating around inside of his head.
Do any of you try to conceal a weapon or a magic item?
He
No.
wants to. He wants to.
Norm doesn't, because in fact Norm is the weapon.
He wasn't gonna
My
surrender himself.
words cut sharper than any weapon, so I'm good.
I would think Solon is. So Solon gives him the whip, but he is not giving them his cigars.
Okay.
That's about it. But
Okay.
He's gonna hand the whip over.
All right. That everything?
Yes.
All right.
I
He pushes his hand on another rune, and the portcullis opens.
Are there more than those two ruins, by chance?
So you
Like-
can't even technically see the runes from where you were. You just
Gotcha.
saw him put a hand against something, and maybe you caught like a faint glow.
Okay.
But I guess when you get on the other side, you can look around and see. So yeah, if you want to roll an investigation once you walk inside. So the gate opens, and Basil, Janu, and Normligor all walk in past the open portcullis without any issue. Solon, how many cigars do you have, and where are they on your person?
Oh, they're like in a very. I have like on the side of my leg. It's like a pouch that's like that houses the cigars.
Okay. As soon as you walk in, before you even have the opportunity to, look at your surroundings, because you're directly under the portcullis, where those items are, glows a fantastic purple, and the portcullis drops about halfway, and so it's right above your head. And looking up, you don't necessarily know what metal it is, but you know it's stronger than you. And the guard simply
1d6
looks at you, points at your pocket, and then puts his hand right above the rune again. Go outside, drop it, or I close this on your fucking head.
You're not gonna relieve a man of his smokes, are you?
He presses it. Make a dex saving throw.
Norm just flattens out.
And anybody because you were aware of this, anybody who wants to help by pushing or grabbing or pulling, doing any type of assistance.
remember you do have a plus
action,
one to something if you actually need
I
that
will.
plus one.
I will help by pushing him out of the way.
Okay. So you do a strength.
And then, can I do a jump and kick?
Could he do dex?
That's a natural 20.
Never mind, I'm useless. I'm not needed.
just
I
fist
did
of the
that.
North
Wow.
Star
What was
right
it?
in the chest.
So dex saving throw would be 9.
Okay. So Solon is just kind of caught up. Like, he was not expecting them to actually
Call his bluff.
drop it, and kind of is in that freeze movement where, since he's directly in the center, he jerks to the right and then jerks back to the left, and then Norm, you said you were pushing, right? What would you like to do? Or sorry, Basil got the crit?
No,
No,
you did.
I did.
All right.
I think in the moment, Norm doesn't think about it, so he just basically shoots a hand out and just palms him in the chest.
All right, so Solon, you get palmed, and you feel the wind just right past your nose as it slams in front of you, and then the trough opens back up. Stay outside or drop it. This is a prison. Unless you want to stay in prison, leave your shit outside.
While all that's going on, I do want to investigate to see if I saw what
Okay.
button he pushed. Dang, 6. Wait, what would that be? An investigation? Yeah, 6.
So with the 6, you can just you don't see anything lit up.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's no visible rooms.
I remove the pouch. Is there anywhere for me to put it?
Yeah, that trough that opened back
Okay.
up.
So I put the pouch in there and said, "Have fun enjoying those cigars later, you crip."
The portcullis opens back up, and you can enter if you want.
That's the roll I needed.
So as you guys enter, as you walk through the portcullis and you have a chance to look around, to your immediate left, you see the one hut that the guard with the halberd was in. The stone door is closed. You can't see inside of it. You can just see that it's there. And then to your right is the other hut that the archer was in. And same thing. You can't see inside of it. Directly in front of you, you see a very large prison complex. It looks like it's separated into the main complex. Looks like it's separated into 4 large buildings that are interconnected with kind of like a series of walkways in between each of them. Each one of these are going to be the cell blocks. So each one of these cell blocks is large enough to house about 100 people. To the right of these 4 cell blocks are 3 really long buildings. And you can't tell what they are. To the left of where the cell blocks are, in the back left of the complex, you can see what looks like a beautiful, like 2-story white, almost like a mansion with columns in front, white picket fence. There's a garden, and then in front of it are 5 rows of vineyards, or 5 rows of grapes, like a small vineyard.
In a jail?
In this prison complex, yep. So the guy with the broadsword looks over at you, and you don't see anybody other than these guards. The guy with the broadsword looks at you and goes, "All right, all visitors over to this booth," and points over to where the guard with the bow was. So when he says that, he pushes something on the wall, and Jonas, since you were looking, you can see he just presses a spot that looks like random, and when he does a ring on his finger, the center stone, there's 3 stones. The center one, which is purple, yep. So the center stone is purple, and that one is lit. And then there is a blue and an orange gem on either side of it. And you can't see what those were, but you just saw when he touched the wall, the purple thing lit up. And then that opened the door to the little visitors area.
Yeah.
In that you see the guard that was in there. He's sitting down. The room itself looks big enough for about 4 people to sit in. Right now it's just the one guy, and his bow and arrow are up against the side. They're locked to the wall. And there is what looks like a warforged suit of armor, or like a suit of warforged, or maybe a statue, something like that. But it's up against the corner, kind of sitting crumpled in a corner. The guard looks at you. He has 4 rings in front of him that are almost identical, or that are pretty much identical to the ones you were looking at. On that guard.
Like wearing the rings?
Well, no, he has 4 rings on 4 pieces of paper. And
no, when you say, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So like when he touched a while ago, he was wearing a ring, and these rings are different?
no, these rings, they're not his ring, but yes, they look the same.
Okay, and you can wear them.
Mhm.
Okay.
So on each one of a piece, there's a piece of paper that has he walks you in, sits you in front of there's a chair in front of each seat. It's just a basic contract that says, if you go into this prison, anything that happens to you isn't our fault. If you get killed or murdered or maimed or blah, 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 blah. And it actually says at one point, like, blah, 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 blah. Then we're not at all liable, and all of your equipment stays with us.
As I'm
Or goes to auction.
Yeah, as I'm reading this, I look over to one of the guards. So you're telling me death does not matter here?
It's not that it doesn't matter, it's that we can't prevent all of it, and why bother looking at the past?
So if one of your inmates... I digress.
If our inmates die, then the rest of our inmates bury them.
Thank you. That's all I need to know.
So whenever you're done reading the contract, we will need you to sign, and then he puts a thick needle down on each piece of paper. I need you to prick wherever you want, place 1 drop of blood on the signature, 1 drop of blood on the center stone of your ring. This will make it a visitor pass, and it will allow you to exit. It will cut off your magic. There is no magic allowed while in this facility, but with visitor rings, you will be allowed to leave. If you do not want to sign, I understand. We can open the door for you, and you can be on your merry way. Mayor, your ring.
And he pulls one out that he had already gotten and hands it to the mayor, or assistant mayor.
And Basil, without hesitation, does
As soon as you start to put on, he goes, "Don't put them on yet. Don't put them on yet. I understand. That was my fault for not telling you all the rules. Okay. Drop of blood on the signature. Drop of blood on the stone. You got to leave.
dun 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 dun.
Then, yep. Does everybody do it?
Well, can I ask why the drop of blood?
Absolutely. So the drop of blood on the ring, that's going to match the signature to the ring to you. This is every prisoner does the same thing. This is how they are identified by all of our guards on the interior and by a series of spells that are made for protection to keep prisoners in and let visitors out. The blood on the ring will also seal it to you, so you will not be able to remove it, and it will not be able to be removed by prisoners until you leave.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So Norm does it. So he sticks out one individual pseudopod and pokes the needle, and so he is kind of a translucent-ish kind of purple color.
Mm-hmm.
When he does this, it is like bright neon green blood. It like totally different color, and does that to the ring and that signs where he needs to sign.
It's the Ninja Turtle secret of the ooze.
Yes, it
Okay.
like it's almost glowing level of neon green.
All right. Solon?
So, about the blood. Yeah, okay. Solon pricks his finger, holds it over, and waits. And waits. And waits. And then after like a minute or so, the blood drips down and hits the contract.
Oh, mate, you need to drink more water.
Yeah, the Shadow Sorcerer does. I picked the one where it says you barely bleed when badly injured. So it's
Just squeezing it out like toothpaste.
it's like just milking it out of the finger.
It's like a tiny bloody nose. He's bloody. All right. So after you all do that, all right, wait out front. As soon as you exit, the other door, the guy with the halberd is already there waiting. The door to that office closes. Takes another 2-3 minutes. I don't know if you want to ask this guard anything while you're waiting, or look around, see if there's anything else.
I actually have a question. These are, I assume, some kind of binding contract. How long do you keep these?
Well, the contract, it goes away as soon as you leave, and the ring gets returned, and
It's just all null and void once you leave.
How much of that is true?
Was that in the contract?
It was not in the contract. If you would like to roll insight check,
I would.
Can I also roll?
you can.
Insight. 13 for me.
Okay.
It's a 13 for me too.
18 for me.
He seems unsure to you guys. He seems like he has no fucking idea to you.
All right. Well, thank you for your assistance.
No problem.
So the door opens behind you guys, and guard comes back out. That had the broadsword on, or still has it on. Hands each one of you the paper that had your signature on it with the ring over it. And you see that now there's a runic mark in the top left.
All right, this means that it's been put into the system, and you can see on the center,
The center of each one of the rings is now glowing a low purple.
and, you can see they're all activated now.
And he puts them, or hands them to you to put your rings on.
I ask him the same question. Pardon, but your associate seemed to be lacking. These are binding contracts. How long do these last?
Why did you not read the contract before you signed it?
Because it didn't say.
It must have been a new form. Well, it's gonna last until you exit, until your stay is over.
Is he full of shit?
You can roll insight.
It's like every single person. Can't trust no one.
17.
That's a 16.
23.
23?
I just don't
19
believe
plus
anyone anymore. So I'm just taking everything like as if it's a lie. So
Okay.
my faith is gone in these people.
All right, so you can also tell, like, neither of these two guards are sure about the ending of the contract timeline.
Well, afterwards, you don't mind giving me the binding contract after you keep the ring, I keep the contract. That way I can make sure it's gone and null and void
You can have your
once
choice.
we leave, since it doesn't matter either way, correct?
Well, we can't let you leave with the contract, but we can let you destroy it.
Perfect. Sounds great
I
with
am
me.
on board with this.
Third.
Thank you. I just wanted to verify there's a way for me to get out of this binding contract. For sure.
Is there any other questions?
No.
Lead the way.
Lead
sir.
the way.
All right. Well, Assistant Mayor, if you wanna lead the way.
And the assistant mayor looks at him and looks at you guys like, can I talk to you guys first? I want to ask something about the warden. Do you? And he looks at you guys. Do you guys mind if I just have just a second before we go in here?
As long as we go with you.
Oh, I'm just gonna stand right here. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to talk to them and just have like a little bit of space.
Oh, of course. That's
Sure.
fine with me. My ears turn towards the conversation.
So the guard says,
All right. You can walk about 10, 15 feet, but if you go too far without a guard's ring near you, the alarm will sound. So just walk a couple feet, look at the vineyards from where you are, and we'll be right with you.
"All right."
So we have not been like inputted into the prison yet, right?
Well, you are standing in the prison. The portcullis is behind you.
Mm.
You're wearing your rings. You are now in the prison system, but you're not like walking around in the cell blocks or anything. You're just still at the entrance, waiting to walk the next 100 yards or so into the actual buildings.
Okay, yeah. Solon tries to cast magic.
Okay, what do you try to cast?
Just simple prestidigitation. Just to exhale some smoke real quick.
All right. You see on your ring, there's the purple one in the middle, a blue one on the side, and an orange one on the other side. The orange one lights up, and nothing happens. You don't feel that burn in your blood that is part of you. Because as a sorcerer, it's not like you're pulling this magic as like this is you. You are a magical being, and you are not able. It's like being unable to breathe. Now that you've tried to do it, you feel suffocated.
Neutered.
And
As they didn't take my lyre or my lute.
Are you kidding me?
It's not a weapon, it's music.
Neither are cigars.
but they were magic.
Yeah,
One
mine's not.
was. Maybe
Mine's just a normal lute. I try to kind of do the same. Try to cast a cantrip of cheerful song. Just that way, if they ask me, I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I meant to just sing a song." You know.
Okay. Yeah, yours the orange light goes back on, and you're not able to. The music works, but it feels hollow.
It's the norm as of recently. That's fine.
Now everybody, roll a perception check.
I see the dirt. That one.
Yeah, I mean, you just try to cast magic and it's not working. So you're looking at your ring.
You said perception?
Yep.
18.
23.
Ooh.
I feel just
15.
as hollow as I have the last few days with music.
Okay. So with your 23, you notice just out of the corner of your eye, because as they're trying to cast spells and stuff, it brought a little bit of your attention. But you notice just as the last of the guards skips out on the other side of the portcullis, and the mayor or the assistant mayor is about 2 feet away from the portcullis, slowly walking towards them to get to the other side.
So basically, as like he's trying to skip out on us.
Yep.
I perceiving that, can I roll to try and like
Is he the only one that sees this?
He was the only one who saw it.
can I roll to try and like stop him? Like,
Yeah,
what-
how do you want to do it?
I mean, would I be strong enough to like make him stop and miss out if I were to just put my hand on his shoulder?
Yeah, you can make you can either do a strength or a acrobatics.
I would,
wanna try
I
to,
would
like,
think,
spin
I would
around
think
or something.
strength, right? So, let's see, strength. Let me check here.
It'd be athletics, is what it's called.
Athletics.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, let's do athletics. That's
Count
plus
without
4.
Lots of DMs.
Yeah. All right.
I'll take all 4
We
DMs.
support each other.
23.
All right. So you reach out and manage to grab him the second before the portcullis starts to shut. And then he's going to...
Roll poorly.
That looks like a nat 1 to me.
I just want to...
Or a nat
Just
20.
because this is about to be important,
What was it?
unfortunately.
Verified. Nat 1.
Oh god.
So he tried...
Can I help him after like can
No.
I see this and help?
It was
It's just-
it's
I'm looking- I'm
just-
still
it's
looking
all
at it.
happening in one thing.
Wait, are
so
you
you
helping?
grab
Help
him,
me.
yank him, and he's was just about to go under. He freaks out, falls, and the portcullis lands on his legs, not his full body, but just above the knees is a fully clean amputation.
You Lieutenant damned him.
Should have kept the
And
socks.
sirens start blaring. But you notice that nobody on the outside seems to hear anything. But it is blaring in your head.
So that's gonna be something to do with the rings then.
And you see the guys on the other end, the 3 guards, take off their helmets, and you recognize the 3 guys.
the dang night guys.
You recognize the 3 guys that attacked you, that had been put into prison as the Night Tears, or the Dark Tears. They hold up, they take off their gloves, and they each have 1 missing finger, and
I know my finger off in that instant.
A
I
ring-
just start biting the living shit out of my finger.
it starts regrowing as soon as you do.
I'm keeping this.
So he goes, I mean, you still feel it. It still hurts. Like,
I
I'm not
don't-
going to make you take damage or anything, but, like, it's almost like it has, like, a skin mending thing on it. But, like, that ring it's on you. And
As the mayor's there, I don't give a shit about those guys anymore.
he is straight up screaming. And so they hold their hands up, and you see that their rings have the blue light lit up,
Yeah.
and the orange light. Well, the orange light's lit up on all of them, but the blue light's lit up. And they're like,
We switched our rings, suckers! Welcome to prison, bitches! Are they in there with us?
no, they are just on the other side of the portcullis. So Basil, Norm, and Stolen, you just hear a slam, a scream, and turn around, and it's the 3 guys that attacked you on the other side of the portcullis, holding up bloody hands.
So I walk
And
up
they fucking run.
All right. Well, I don't care about them anymore. I go up to the mayor and get right in his ear as he's screaming and say,
You motherfucker. You need to tell me what's going on right now before I castrate you just like your feet were just castrated. Talk now.
Intimidation with advantage.
Nat 20, so I'll just go with that.
Okay. So
Let's see if I got a huge nat 20. No, it is a 1.
Not 20. Yeah, so he's terrified. I mean, he's not holding anything back, probably ever again. They made me do. Look, the only guards that are here are Warforged. There's no people guards. It's all Warforged. I knew that these are prisoners. I don't know how they did. I don't know. And he's starting to like panic and hyperventilate, and there's blood spurting everywhere. I knew that they were gonna kill me if I didn't do what they said.
I rip his. As he's doing this, I'm also ripping the pants off and like.
Oh God, he's gonna castrate me!
That's fine. I'm like, I leave his arm. I'm like, I'm stopping the bleeding, you cuck.
So Norm goes over and kind of elongates and like basically wraps around the stumps and tries to tourniquet them as he's tying them tighter.
Okay.
So to try to help him to.
Why don't you both roll
staunch
medicine
the
checks
bleeding.
and just take the better one of the two?
Medicine. 15.
There's a 15.
Okay. So yeah, each of you takes one leg and seals it off really well. I mean, like unnecessarily well. Like it's you guys have clearly been in combat before and done a lot of things like this. So he doesn't even seem to notice. He's just like just crying and bawling. He's like, I'm just doing what everybody tells me to do, and I'm just trying my best.
All right. So who is telling you to do these things? Who is it that is telling you to do this? Was it those men, or who are they working for? Because obviously you know a lot more than I do, and I'm pissed right now.
And it's just please understand that
He passes out.
Motherfucker.
He got a 3 on a con saving after losing both legs, so he's out.
He passed out.
Yeah.
Norm hasn't tried magic. He touches his leg and tries to use mending.
Okay, so the orange glows and mending does not work.
I want to do a perception check. Is he wearing any other rings besides the ones we are wearing? Like that can help.
You don't need to do a perception check. You
Okay.
can just see he's wearing. It looks like a ring of office that he puts it into like a wax seal type deal.
I take it right away.
So like, there's
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah.
He's not wearing anything where it's going to help us escape, basically.
No, I do take his ring
No.
and pocket it.
Sorry, I was shaking my head. This is a podcast. The answer is no. And now you
What-
hear.
Real quick.
Or forged. So,
And you can say what you're doing. This is coming. You see, you hear pounding, like very synchronous pounding,
Prisoners are
coming
coming.
towards you.
So we can't access that guard's room we were just in.
No, both those doors are shut.
I look over. Drag the mayor's body. See if his ring will unlock the door. See if we can get in that way real quick. I can't really do that myself.
Why are we panicking? We're just here as visitors.
They just changed rings. Did you not hear what they said? They said
There's
they
no
switched our
guards.
rings.
They gave
we have now prisoner
Ring
rings on our
swap.
finger.
Are these Warforged idiots? They can't tell that we don't look like the people? I have wings, for God's sakes.
It's probably magic.
It's what the blood is for.
It's my blood.
They conned us.
We know.
Drag the mayor real quick. We got to see if we can get out.
Norm starts trying to drag him at the stumps.
I guess, yeah, someone helps.
All right. So what is your? You have time to do one thing with the mayor's body. What are you trying to do with it?
You saw which rune they say. Put his hand on one of the runes.
Whichever rune I saw that could open, because that's what they used a while ago.
Okay.
That same one.
So let's see. Roll history check. See if you remember which one it is, because it's not. There's not a rune on the wall. It was just a place where he put his hand.
Which one? Oh, history. Okay. Gonna need a good one, boys.
No.
13.
Plus.
Plus
0.
Okay.
All right. So you put his hand on the wall, and nothing happens. You hear all at once behind you the lockstep feet of 10 Warforged in 2 ranks of 5 all step together and stop. And then you hear, "Halt! Who goes there?"
The assistant mayor.
Hold on.
he's
Am
been
I
injured.
am I
Help him.
am I lightly obscured at all? Like, can they fully see me?
Yeah, you're holding a half of a person's hand against the wall. They see you.
they see you really good.
They are actually speaking like directly to you.
The assistant mayor has been hurt. We're trying to help him.
Without saying anything, the one in the front rank on the far right walks forward, stops, picks up the mayor, or the assistant mayor, turns around, and walks back walks back past the rank towards the complex. Who are you?
We are new,
Raise your rings.
we are new to Eldoria.
I'm flipping him
So
off.
you'll see, if you check the records, you will see that we are new. We just came in. We came to see the night tiers, and they had, I guess, conned y'all and escaped. They are no longer here. They killed some guards and escaped, it looks like. That's how we got
There is no escape from Eldoria prison.
Well, first
All
time
of
for
your
everything.
rings are inmate rings.
Because they tricked
Proceed
us.
to your cell blocks at once, or you will be taken by force.
Are you going to look into this at least?
All of your rings are prisoner rings.
No shit.
One of you may speak to the warden if you have a grievance. The rest will return to your cell blocks or be taken forcefully.
All right.
Is the warden a warforged as well?
We will give you 20 seconds to discuss. And they all 20, 19, 18.
Basil, go talk to the warden.
I'll get it just squared away. I'll stroke him the way he wants to be stroked.
Can I like slip into his clothes?
You can absolutely try, but they are all just feet away staring
So
at
the
you.
question
guys.
with him, because he never put it on his finger, does the ring just fall out? Can you like poop
Yeah.
it out?
You can try.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to poop out the ring.
Well, hold on. Are you able to like squeeze under doors? Because like, could you squeeze under that door?
He is able to squeeze him.
I am. The problem is the magic
Marine.
probably may be keeping me in.
Try both. Yeah. If you can get through the first, try the second.
What do I need to roll to poop out a ring from my body?
Well, nothing. You can just try. I'll say you can try, and you as you do, like the ring sucks into your body and then just doesn't come back out again. So from where it was being kind of worn, like as soon as you try to like incorporate it a little bit, it just bloop and went right into where like your heart is, where a thing's heart is normally.
Where my
The center
nucleus
mass
is?
of your body.
My mitochondria. Okay. Because I was gonna try to like, if they're looking right at us, I'm not gonna try to just fade away. That won't work. It would be neat, but I will oblige. I will go with them.
Where is my cell?
Follow us. 8 of them turn around, and then 2 just step straight to the side to like flank you guys and make sure that you guys are following.
Are they holding any weapons while I'm thinking about it?
They are not.
So I follow the ones that go stand against the wall.
Okay. And so for people who have not played D&D before and do not know what a Warforged is, these are all like 7-foot, basically Frankenstein's monster made out of stone and metal. Is that a decent way of explaining?
Should I be funny in this scenario,
you're
or
doing
should I
work
just
for 'em.
follow?
It's almost like a golem. Yeah, these are like they're like stone metal golems.
They did say follow us. They didn't specifically say who to follow. Let's see.
I think
Okay.
I think I joined Jonu on this escapade because I'm following them.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
following
so
the direction they.
8 turns, start walking.
Yeah. And then-
You start following them, Solon, or are you waiting?
Do I? So you said you have no weapons on them.
They do not.
The problem is that they might also be
The
the weapon.
What
You're-
what kind of? I guess for you, what kind of fly radius is there in
That's
this?
where I was getting.
Because there's the giant
It
mansion.
looks.
If there's a
looks like
giant
an open
mansion,
sky.
It looks like a beautiful day.
Okay, so
Somebody's gonna find the ceiling.
yeah, it seems to be like just a wide open, beautiful sky, and they don't seem armed. I'm gonna try to fly away
All right.
Auto turn.
using my
Oh,
dash
that's
action.
actually-
So I'll be doing doubles.
That's a lot of rolls.
There's a lot of rolls.
That's a
Ooh.
lot of
One of the ballistas totally misses you.
wait, ballistas?
Yes.
What is this? What are ballistas?
You may make a ballista is like a 900-pound crossbow. It shoots sharp
it shoots
people.
Spears, not
Yeah, it
arrows.
shoots javelin, like really thick javelins. It's made for
Killing
taking down
dragons.
ships, airships, dragons, things like that. You can make 3 deck saving throws.
This
Takes
is
out tieflings.
this is the equivalent of shooting a tank at a dude.
What was that modifier that you gave us again?
Plus 1.
One.
Oh, we got that going for us, boys.
10 total.
Okay.
13 total. Wait, no. My dex. I could do that plus 1 that you gave me. No, not him. So that was 11 total. There's a 14. You're fired, dice. That is a 7.
Okay. So, but only 2 of them hit you.
Only two.
So-
Only
So-
two.
Only two of these
Only
giants.
two. We take it one for each wing.
One moment.
Was it like a moment like where they all
I wasn't
like,
expecting to have to roll this many dice.
was it like a moment where they all shot at once?
Jesus
Or
Christ.
Yeah, it was. So, and everybody can roll a perception check to see where they came from if you want to.
okay. So they all shot at once. That's important.
12.
For those that are wondering,
18.
it's important. Well, you'll see why in a bit.
Are we all gonna die?
He's a level 1. He's dead. Blow out that new character.
So you get, you just get dropped out of the sky. Like it
You get put in the
straight
forever
up,
box.
one slashes a hole straight through your right wing, and then as you're spinning, like corkscrewing towards the ground, because it just rips a hole, and you're going unconscious. And the other one, as you're falling, just not with the tip of it, but as you're going, like it was perfectly timed, where the side of it just smashes against you as you're falling and knocks you unconscious.
So
You do not die.
so
but
that-
you are absolutely
So
at
that means
Zero.
they're coming up and down, not side to side, right? If he's falling and it hits him, right? Would that technically mean because it's coming?
So he flew straight up, and where you noticed is they.
Because I rolled
ballista
an 18
flew from-
perception, by the way.
Yeah, so you noticed one from each corner. Of
Okay.
The complex, basically. So
As I have the rest of the mayors.
But they were fired at the same time.
they were, but different distances.
Okay,
I'm trying not to kill him.
How much damage was it?
that works.
It was like 23.
I'm pretty sure that kills him.
But that's why that last ballista just knocks him on the head.
Okay.
That perfect timing. He's still doing death saves,
As
but it's not just going to rip a hole
as
through.
he falls to the ground, and I have the rest of the mayor's pants, or assistant mayor's pants, I run
also
to
have
start
disability.
bandaging him and
But
like
even then, that makes the DC 5
Keep him
plus
alive.
20
Okay.
something for me to-
Yeah, medicine check.
Yeah, can I? Yeah, can I catch him so he doesn't take
Did you roll that one?
another double
Okay,
his
then you-
damage?
Can you what?
Can I catch him so he doesn't take another double his health?
Yeah, you can try to catch him. You can make athletics.
I will
or
too.
acrobatics, whichever.
Because basically, I was gonna,
I'm going
because
with acrobatics.
you know how you.
Are you doing it too?
Well, because here's what happened, right? I'm gonna, so because they said follow us,
Yes.
right? And so I was going to go and be a little jackass, right, and follow the ones that went to the wall. But when I started doing that, and he flies up, and I see what happens, I'm like, well, probably not, right? Because they're probably gonna try and kill me here. So I turn around and try and dive and save him. So
Okay. What do you roll before you tell me your answer?
nat 20.
Okay, what did you
For
roll?
all those at home, I rolled a nat 1.
and I rolled a 2 plus 2, so
So it would be
So what
athletic.
we
So
have
it would be
here-
athletics, right?
Our rolls
Yeah,
in this
so
campaign are
24.
So what we have here,
High highs,
Is-
low lows.
if you've ever seen like a really good baseball player in the outfield, where two incompetent people just run straight into him while he's trying to make the perfect catch. That's exactly what happens. So, John,
So they've messed me up.
I met.
Oh, come on,
Critical
guys.
failure.
Yeah.
So a 20. Here's the thing. A 20 isn't an automatic success. It's the best you could possibly do.
unless a
a-
teammate screws you.
A 1 is a critical failure. It is an absolute worst thing that could possibly happen. Point blank.
And Basil's the offset with a 2.
no, a 4.
So even with my plus 4 on athletics, I can't like.
What's gonna happen? You're not gonna lose anything on it. Well, you're still gonna get something cool out of it. So, what? Janu makes the perfect like he starts walking and then you just hear the boom boom and you don't know where you know that from, but in your heart's memory you recognize the sound of this from some time in your forgotten past.
That's his first scene.
No, this is. I was doing this because my ability, Strength of the Grave, which is I make a Charisma saving throw to try to get back to 1 hit point, but it's like the DC is 5 plus the damage taken.
Mhm.
So the only thing that would have saved me is like a crit.
Mhm.
I just got a crit 1, so
Mhm.
now I'll be making death saving throws.
Yup. Okay, so
But will you though? 'Cause you-
I
Leave it up.
Janu
it's a.
makes a perfect juke, like stops in his track, and sprints back towards like the exact trajectory that you were falling. As you start making your jump, Basil trips you just a little bit
I was gonna wrap his body.
because you were waiting. You were waiting, and you're like low center of gravity, but Janu's looking up,
It's so low, so
and you start to trip. But with your crit success, you would have overcome that. But unfortunately, you step in something. And that something is Normlagor. And you straight up slip like a banana peel, fall on your back. And then Soren just lands straight next to all of you on the ground. And makes 1 death saving throw.
positive.
All right. So with this, all of the Warforged stop and turn around.
All of us are in a pile.
And
I put my hand up. I'd like to talk to the warden now.
they don't say anything. They're just staring and waiting. The 2 Warforged that had broken off are now standing on either side of the portcullis, where the 2 guards initially were when you first saw them, right by the doors. Yes, quote unquote guards. And the other 8 say, in front of us, Try it again. You will never leave. Never. And then it goes down the line. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Is there a rock near me?
I turned to Basil and say, well, pretty sure they said that to the 3 knights, tiers 2. Let's just follow them for now.
It's all right. If I go get to talk to the warden, I think we'll be free in no time. I hope.
The warden's a warforged.
Son of a.
So he's barely hanging on, right?
He is-
Forged.
He's completely collapsed.
But he's not dead.
No, he's.
I'm player dead.
You're
almost.
not. You're not sure. You honestly don't know. He's. You know he doesn't bleed a lot from that last thing, but he's just a crumpled mess with like a huge hole in through one of his wrists.
Can you take our friend to the infirmary?
One of them just walks up, doesn't say anything, walks up just like they did with the assistant mayor, grabs him, puts him on his back, and then walks back into where the actual facilities are.
Can I roll? Do they have to access the thing?
No, they're walking straight in front of you about 50,
So there's no
50, 75 yards.
So there's no ring access to get in. Okay.
No.
I lead the way to ourselves.
Norm says,
You only need to make one more, unless you get a crit fail. Then they'll revive you at the medical facility. If you make a crit fail, I'm gonna make you roll another one out of principle.
Is it really? No way. No way. Wow.
Second crit fail
Wow.
for the situation. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying so hard not to kill you, dude.
I know I'm technically supposed to be dead already
Yeah.
by the rules, but thank you,
All right.
DM.
So,
as the Warforged hits your head against the wall, it's like going through it, like, you just hear the meaty.
Done.
Meet the warden.
Which is up to you, whatever.
so, gosh. Yeah, the last you see of Solon for the rest of this campaign. No, so the last time you see.
I'll get another character going.
The
it's
last
okay.
you see of Solon for the moment is him walking into, or him being taken just over the. He's being dragged. That's why you had 2. He's just being dragged. Or no, he's over the shoulder, but like since you're so tall, like the assistant warden or the assistant mayor is half a person, so he's not dragging.
His heels are catching you in the
But
head.
no, you're holding him, or he's holding you by the ankles, and it's just your head just skipping against the ground.
My wings bending along the ground.
And that's the last you see of Solon as he gets pulled into this building, which you see the door to this building. It looks like a complete flat surface, but part of it opens up and walks in.
That's cool.
All right, so Solon is in his nice, comfortable hospital bed, or at least that's what you guys can picture. Right now, Janu and Norm, you are being escorted to your cell block, your dungeon blocks, excuse me. And Basil, we will join you as you wait outside the warden's office. It is a comfortable waiting room. Nice, Neverwinterian rug on the ground. Beautiful red and blue designs on it. You can see dragons and giants. There's a fairly uninterested gnome who appears to be the secretary, working furiously at her desk. And then there are just beautiful mahogany doors, double doors that are going to be the entrance to the warden's office. Now, to get to the warden's office, you walked past the vineyards, so you're not in the prison complex itself. You went to the warden's building, which you can tell is an actual house. Like it is, that's where he lives. It doubles as his office, but yeah, it's beautiful. Once you get inside, you are immediately flanked by 2 additional Warforged. So you have one behind you and one on either side of you. But you can see just huge bookshelves and glass cases with looks like ancient weapons and artifacts, and just it looks like a museum and a library, and just it looks beautiful on the interior.
It takes me back to the times where I went into the like the royal houses when me and the root. So I'm just sitting there, just getting very solemn in my demeanor because they can make me think of my parents again. So I'm just sitting there. Am I sitting on a chair or am I standing up?
Well, there are chairs there. There's like red velvety chairs with large hand carved, like elven made wooden chairs. So you can sit, you can stand.
I hop on that and I'm just kicking my feet like a little kid waiting in a chair to talk to the principal.
So there's, as you wait, you notice there's large tapestries and paintings. Definitely not something you would expect to see in a prison, but it is. Everything looks like somebody said, "What's the most expensive thing I can get to fill this spot?"
As this is going on, I'm going to try and look to see if I can see any way to maybe find, see if that secretary has a ring that I could still, and like swap. Just anything to escape, even like keys on a door.
So you don't even need to roll perception. You can see that the secretary is wearing a ring.
Okay.
It does look a little bit different than yours. The center isn't purple. Well, it's not the same purple. It's like a much brighter violet.
Okay.
But you can also tell that the chances that you would be able to reach her before getting a smackdown from the Warforged is incredibly slim, but you can try.
Our luck hasn't been great.
All of these Warforged are standing there looking like Macho Man Robot Savage.
Yes, exactly.
Bring it on, Rabbit Man!
And
I'll give you the robot elbow.
As soon as they stopped in that room and took up their positions, they haven't moved at all. If you hadn't already walked with them, you would have thought they were inanimate statues.
Okay. No, I just sit in the chair, just kicking, but I am like trying to look like I'm not paying attention, like to make them think that I'm not looking, but I am trying to like actually like look around, see what I can do to escape.
Noob, question of the week.
Yes.
Forged, are they like their own beings or are they controlled?
So Warforged are normally they're independent beings. They're playable characters. I think the backstory to them, canon-wise, is they were created for a combat like thousands and thousands of years ago in Eberron.
And then
Basically, they were made as like combat warrior drones, and then somewhere along the line got sentience.
iRobot, yeah.
Yeah, iRobot.
Yeah. Will Smith. It's his fault.
Actually, well, you don't know. Yeah, your character doesn't. You've never heard of a Warforged before, or you don't remember it. But normally they are completely independent. Although
these don't seem that way.
Yeah, you can tell that they're all linked together somehow, whether it's telepathically or they're all controlled or something.
This has been Noob Question of the Week. Doo-doo-doo.
And feel free to tell me in the comments how wrong the DM was with that answer to the new question of the week.
Top commenter, Ryan Butler. I'm kidding.
That's what I can say.
You dumb AMFer. Well, actually,
never touches grass. Hashtag 420.
Yes.
Don't give out my handle like that. Okay?
So after about, it's like 10,
No,
15 minutes. There's beautiful, but you don't even mind because there's beautiful like lute and harpsichord music and stuff. Just you don't know where it's coming out, but it's just playing throughout the room. And
I pull out my lute as well, and I'm trying to. Is the gnome male or female?
Female.
Perfect. I think sultry eye contact.
Not my only ring.
Sultry eye contact and start trying to play a strum to make her fall in love with me.
She does not look up from her papers. She is in love with paperwork.
And I can't walk over there. Okay.
I'm in love
She is a
with
filing
paper.
fetish.
She's signing all over the papers.
Thank you.
We're all just roll bars. It's okay.
After about
Except for me, the
20
one who
minutes.
actually. Yeah.
After about 20 minutes, the two doors just open up, and you come in.
I look at the Warforged and just like hop down and just kind of like hop in.
They don't move.
I kind of I like hop down and play, finishing the end of the song.
ditty?
Yeah, I set it on my back and walk the rest of the way, and then try to like look to see what I see above.
So you see he's a human and he's probably mid-60s.
Okay.
Looks pretty well fit. He's standing up at his desk again. So I'm going to describe him first and then the room around.
Okay, perfect.
So he is wearing it's kind of like a modified suit where it's just meant to be flowy everywhere. And like every time it's silky and it looks like it would be really almost like a poncho, but somehow it just looks really, really nice. Like when he's standing still, it kind of settles into like a perfect suit. And then as soon as he starts to move in any way, it just kind of flutters around him.
Okay.
Almost like the suit's like rippling.
Okay.
But from around you, the room itself it's like a perfect circle, and floor to ceiling bookshelves all around, and then you can see there's a couple stands. One has a glass dome, or what looks like a glass dome, and a skull. It looks like a troll skull. There's one that just has two skeletal hands holding a dagger. The dagger, it's a silver dagger with, it looks like a really old leather sheath. And then there's another stand that is behind the warden, directly in between him and the window, that just has a book open to it, or a book in it, and the book is open.
Okay.
Oh, welcome.
Are you the esteemed warden of this establishment?
Of course, I'm the warden.
Well,
I trust you find your stay here enjoyable.
Well, it is quite a recent stay, as we have just come here. Started as visitors, and now suddenly we are prisoners. So, but
Well, what's your name? I'll look up your file.
I pull out the
I
card.
don't recognize you.
I pull out the card that was given to me by the government, handed it to him, and says, "It's Basil of the Rue. You'll see that my name is not in these records."
He opens up his book, like a book that's on his desk, and just kind of flips through it, sits back down, and he's looking through. He's like, What is your real name?
No, that is my real name, Basil of the Rue.
No, there is no Basil of the Rue in this prison. What is your real name?
As my document says right there, it's not forged. And here's the signet of the assistant mayor, as I am now helping him
Oh,
in all my manners. He had me to give this to you to know that I'm one of his trusted, esteemed advisors in a recent, well, you probably know, as you seemed quite knowledgeable of the missing children in the city. We are currently working with the assistant mayor.
why did you give me the ring of a dead man?
The assistant mayor just died. It's
He is in
unfortunate.
our possession right now.
Well,
You are the trusted advisor of a dead man,
Well, unfortunately, he's dead now. But
and you've stolen his jewelry.
nah, did not
That is
steal.
what trusted advisors do.
Was not stolen.
It is not on his finger. It is in your pocket.
Yes, as I said, he handed it to me.
Did he give you his legs?
No, that happened because of your guards shutting it down on his legs. You and your men. Well, let me rephrase this. It was not you. It was the Warforged that seemed to have no intelligence, unlike you. It slammed down on his legs. It was an unfortunate accident, as you know.
Oh, they have the intelligence that they need.
Yes, but not. Apparently, not enough for the. I digress. But that
So
is.
what is your story about how the man lost his legs?
Oh well, I'm sure as you probably have some sort of security here. You know that he was trying to walk across, and my friend tried to stop him from getting crushed, and he pulled him back.
He has been here many times. He has never been crushed before.
Yes, but
Why would he choose today to come with his advisors and then try to kill himself?
because we were here to seek look at those prisoners that had attacked us.
Attacked you?
Yes, we are brand new citizens of this town. As you can see, we were dated here, but just yesterday.
I cannot see. I have no record of you.
Look at the document from the government. It says we came into this town yesterday.
This says Basil of the Rue, but I do not know that as you yet.
That
So
is
continue.
fair. That is fair. But we first came into town, and it was our first day here, and we were attacked by 3 mercenaries. Can I roll history to see if I can remember the name that
Yeah.
it was rolled? I can't remember it on my head. 18.
Well, I'm going to ask the DM who created him what his name is.
No, the group,
Oh, the Dark Tears.
Dark Tears.
I thought you were asking about one of the guys' names.
No.
You should know.
The 3 men of the Dark Tears, they were the ones that were apprehended. Those were the ones that we were going to come visit to find out why they attacked us, as it seemed as there was a connection to them and the missing children. So we tried to come. I'm trying to be as forthwith with you as so we can iron this out.
He opens the book up to the back page, which is blank, and slides it forward. Goes, "Put your ring on the page, please."
Yeah, I set the ring.
All right, put your ring down. We're on a podcast.
Yeah, I put my ring down.
All right, so you put your ring down,
It's on my middle finger,
and
and I
the pages start blowing,
yeah.
and it lands on a page towards the very end with the name Filton
Bocephus
Melondroop.
Filton.
Built in what?
Melondroop. He goes, you are Milton Melondroop.
Well, according to
You belong here. You are in. Let me see. You are in Dungeon Block 1.
According to the records, according to this ring, but I'm not.
But the ring is on your finger, and the ring matches to this name in this book. You gave your blood to this ring and to this book, so you are Filton Melonbrook.
Question: with all the magic that is here, is there any way to see things that have happened in the past, or is it just willy-nilly? Just the magic is here to keep prisoners here, or is there some magic to be able to see things that has happened?
Scrying is possible. It is a very strong magic, and I see no reason.
You in having it here?
I see no reason in using it for you.
Oh well, if you look at the last 5 minutes of what just recently happened at the gates, you'll see exactly what happened, or
You are insinuating that we have escaped prisoners.
I'm not insinuating. I'm a man of. I'm telling you the truth, and I tell him what we went through. And after I tell him what happened, I look over and say, "You can take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, this magic is quite strong. It is much stronger than the intelligence that I have. I am just here to tell you what has happened, as I would not want you to have to go through." And see that a prisoner escaped without us being able to capture them. We are new citizens, the 4 of us that came through. I don't understand how 3 prisoners are now 4 prisoners, but that is what has happened. And I want you to know it is up to you. Obviously, as you are the warden, I will not contest, but this is what truly happened. And
Well, Basil of the Rue, let me tell you. I believe you. I believe you. I do. And you can roll insight.
I got a nat 20.
He absolutely 1000% believes you.
Okay.
He just doesn't care.
I do. I believe you, Basil of the Rue. But, you see, we do not have escapees at my prison. It does not happen. Nobody has escaped. So, there is no Basil of the Rue.
as he bashes the warden over the head with his loot.
The DM is reaching into his bag.
I don't
Let's
like. I
hear
don't like this.
the wrestling.
There is no Basil of the Rue.
It's
As he rips up your card, or the documents that he gave him. Zoo, I built in Nellenbrook.
Ah, so you're incompetent. It makes sense. Just how those Riemann escaped. It's fine. You're an egotistical, sadistic dumbass who doesn't know his left from his right or how
I
his
am
prison is run.
egotistical, and
You can
I
suck-
am
you can suck my 2-inch cock.
sadistic. But you, Basil of the Rue, are my prisoner. There are ways that you may earn your freedom.
Don't need it. Fuck you. I just turn around and walk.
Goodbye, Basil. Filter Nellenbrook.
All right. Fuck this dude.
We will, as Basil starts walking out, we will cut over to Janu,
Douchebag.
and we're gonna cut over to Janu.
I just want to say, as the noob of the group, I was talking to Zach while y'all were going, and I like how you ended up playing the story, because I would have asked, the first thing I would have asked if I was in that room, just as a noob, is why aren't we in inmate clothes and why are we in these regular clothes? And that would have come out really quick that you just didn't care, right?
No,
So
he's just a fucking guy.
yeah, just wanted to point that out.
We can all tell
Because
Chase,
I have amazing fucking perception and persuasion. Didn't do shit.
so Chase feels real strong about that kind of person.
Okay. So sorry for interrupting, but you said you were jumping to us. Do you have
Yeah.
any?
So yeah, we jump over to Janu. Janu finds himself
He's gonna suck his
with
dick
the
right
door the cell door closing behind him. What it looks like. So once you enter the main building,
Thank you.
there is
Felt
a
it.
large hallway that leads straight forward, and then there is to your both on your right and left you see a it looks like a really thick glass or something translucent and clear coating like wall that goes from it's big enough for about 100 people. It's a big, that glass walled off room but there's not 100 people in each section. There's only about 25. So there's a lot of space and a lot of empty beds.
So basically, it's like it's not one person per cell. It's like 25.
Yeah, it's
people
just a
per-
big bay.
Okay.
There's kind of cots and sleeping bags and stuff thrown up again. There doesn't seem to be any standardization. There's no inmate uniforms. Everybody's just kind of wearing whatever. So yeah, you see that on your right and your left. And then at the end of that hallway, there's like a big circle, like a big stone circle wall. And you follow that circular wall. And then on the other end of that circle is the same thing.
And
So
me and
what it
Norm aren't
looks
together.
like-
It's just me by myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now you're just you by yourself. So what it looks like,
Is this what we will all see when we're in our prison cells?
yeah.
Okay.
So if anybody can
Okay.
find a way to explain that,
Okay.
my way of thinking of it was if you think of a frog sitting on a lily pad with each of its 4 legs out, those are the cell blocks, and then the body in the middle is an unknown
Kind of like a
walled off room.
So that middle part
Large
between
room.
CBs 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's like it's a walled off room.
Yeah. It's
so
just a
kind of
huge
almost-
circle in the
So
center.
kind of like the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie jail cell almost, where there's that kind of center kind of guard
Yeah.
shack.
Nothing's original.
Well, it's
But
kind
just
of
to help me
the
visualize.
same type of
So
feng shui.
yeah.
But it's not. It's just a huge walled off.
Yeah, and those 4 each are walled off from each other, right? So CB1 can't interact with CB2,
Well, you can see each other,
but
but
the
you
glass,
can't
right?
talk.
Okay.
You can't hear each
You
other.
can't hear
You
each
can
other.
hear from the other end. Like you can hear muffled talking and stuff. It doesn't seem like this is because you can hear muffled talking and you can see like scratches and stuff and scuffs on the material that because it's not pristine and you can hear through it, you don't think it's necessarily a magical substance, but it just looks super crazy thick.
Should have jumped on his desk and started
Um,
pissing on it.
So, Janu, you find yourself in Dungeon Block 2.
CB2.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be in CB. Okay.
I guess I want to just can I like look around? Do I see anything or like anyone that kind of stands out from the rest?
So when you so when you walk in, you notice that there are. Let's see how many people. Yes, you can ask your question while I'm pulling this up, please.
That actually does. No, I'm thinking about it because he brought it up. How are there 4 prisoner rings?
That's what I'm saying, mother. It
I think-
I think we know the answer to
I-
this.
I don't think that he was necessarily a warden as much as a gang leader.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I'm like, fuck this dude.
Or
I'm
or
gonna
we
find
come
a
to
way.
find out Gwen was in prison a little bit ago and escaped.
It's almost like we were investigating corruption or something.
What?
Hey, all I know is I'm gonna assault. After this.
You're gonna sulk?
No, not well. Yeah, I'm gonna sulk, but after a while, I'm gonna get him to fall in love with me, and I'm gonna bite his dick off with my rabbit teeth.
No, I can
do you
already
wanna
see
do
I can already see how this goes. We are about to
I'm
escape.
annoyed. I want him to suffer.
Here this
It looks like
is
a
what's
carrot.
gonna happen. This is gonna be
Like a
classic
carrot.
classic
But
like
funny style.
classic like anime type movie, right? And we're about to escape. The prison's gonna be crumbling down. The warden's gonna be save me, sorry. And then Basil's just gonna look at him and then just trying to walk away. I've seen.
As the walls are coming down, he's just gonna
Tequila
whip it
walk.
out and piss all over it.
This is the turning point when Basil becomes an asshole.
And
is
Basil,
his villain arc.
Basil, and his new as holery is gonna be like, I believe you will be a changed man. I do believe.
He went-
And then you're just gonna turn and walk away.
He's gonna go
Full
from neutral
circle.
good to chaotic.
No, I'm neutral right now, so
Ugh.
yeah,
So
I'm rooting.
chaotic.
Okay, but yes. So I look around.
So you look around. There are
First off, are there any guard what are they called?
Warforged.
Are there warforged in this?
They're walking around like patrolling in the hallways,
So on the
but
outside.
there's none in the cells.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
in
So
the
yeah, is there any body or anything that I can perceive that could kind of like stands out that I should like maybe talk to or pay attention to?
Yeah, so you see, there's a couple. I mean, it looks like there's a couple different cliques. There's one of like 4 or 5 people. There's 2 of like 4 or 5 people, and then the rest of them are just kind of by themselves. And then there's one dude who's just over in the corner by himself, and everyone seems to have given him a wide berth. Like almost like a quarter of the whole place is his. And he's just sitting down reading.
It's kind of look like if I approach him, bad things will happen, or should I? You know what? Let's go over cautiously. Go over there.
I believe the terminology you're looking for is, well, let's go fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cautiously approach this.
I would like to roll
Is it
to
a
fuck around and find out.
human, non-human? What are we looking at here?
He looks like a human.
Okay, let's cautiously approach this human.
Okay.
Until he stands up.
So as you approach, he just kind of raises his eyes. He's sitting in like a full lotus on his cot, just reading, and he just kind of looks up his eyes at you. Doesn't say anything.
Give me a minute here. If you
So to
may.
describe him, he is wearing. It looks like really, really adventure, battle worn like clothes. Just basic leather, not armor or anything. Just normal, just tunic and pants. But there's tons of what looks like stab wounds or just cuts. It almost shredded, but through it you don't see any like scars on him. He looks. This is a beautiful, beautiful man. Like porcelain skin, totally flawless, not a hair on his face. He's like thin but super like jacked. You can see his muscles through his shirt. Yeah, jet black hair, slicked back.
Question: have you heard of the 3 dark tears by chance?
He squints. It's a bold introduction.
Well, when you get trapped in prison, you got to make the most of it.
Are you presuming to tell me how to be trapped in prison?
No, I'm saying I am.
I'm just kidding. Yes, well, first, who are you? What's your name?
My name is Janu. I'm new to Eldoria, one of the portaled, I guess you could call it, and was trying to find this missing girl for this family we ran into, and seems we may have been tricked, and now we're trapped here. So from the Dark Tiers. We were coming to talk to them because they tried to attack us, and they got the slip, and they're out of here now, and we're stuck here.
Well, what'd you say your name was again?
Janu.
Well, Jono, hate to break it to you, but this is not uncommon. There are no Dark Tiers in prison, even though Dark Tiers are arrested quite often.
You sound like a man that something similar might have happened to you.
No, not me. I've been in here about 60 years, and I've seen it happen to a lot of people.
Wow.
Mainly in the past 5 years, though.
Well, so then you would probably say the Dark Tiers are part of this prison system then, not as in prisoners, but
Oh, just the warden.
just the warden. Tell me about this warden.
Oh, Fritz Helmet?
I would say, what's his name again?
Fritz Helmet.
Fritz Helmet. Helmute.
Yes, he is, evil incarnate.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't happen to maybe know how to get out of this prison, would you?
Does it look like I'm good at getting out of this prison?
You may not be good at getting out of it, but do you know? Have you heard rumors of people getting out in the past?
I like you. Yes, there is a way out, and you all have, or you've come on the correct day for it, actually.
Why is that?
Well, today is when the blood sport happens.
The blood sport? Could you?
Yes.
Again, I don't know if you know about the portal people. I know you've been in prison for 60 years. I guess this is a new phenomenon where people from other dimensions are coming into Eldoria specifically.
Yeah, that's kind of what all of these blocks used to be filled. But once the portal started giving more entertaining fights, this is about as capacity. We are now considered at capacity, so it is time for another blood sport to lighten the load.
So it's basically a battle royale.
No, it is. You'll hear about it shortly. They'll announce it.
Just from my understanding, is it like many people enter, one man leaves, or can many people leave?
A group.
Okay.
There are individual challenges, and then the winners of the individual challenges are able to try for their freedom. In theory, you can gain your freedom. It's impossible to know if this is real or not because most of us have been stuck in prison. So finding the winners on the outside, it's I've heard rumors that.
So you've never seen like a repeat offender that's gotten out, come back in?
Nope. Well, not that has gotten out from that
The blood
way.
sport.
No. Generally, if you escape from this prison, if you've been here longer than a few days, if you escape, you run away and you never look back.
Now I see that you have a lot of scars on. Have you tried the blood sport?
Oh, so he has his like clothes are tattered, but he has no scars.
Gotcha. Okay. How about you? Have you ever tried the blood sport?
Yes. I'm actually. I've not been able to get out yet, but I've won the individual challenges quite often.
In 60 years, I mean, if I may be so brash, what did you do to get in here?
So, I'm going to tell you something about prison. You've never asked somebody what they did to get in. You may ask, what are you being tried for? What have you been convicted of? But you will never ask somebody what they did.
That's what I meant.
If you
I'm
do
sorry.
that again, I promise you someone will gut you.
I do apologize. That's what I meant. What were you tried for?
Genocide?
Genocide.
It was a small genocide.
A small one.
They were gnomes.
Small indeed. So is that maybe why does everyone else in this block seem to give you your space, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, because the sun's going down.
And what is? Are you a vampire?
He smiles. and you see not fully extended like canines, but he is like his teeth are starting to sharpen.
Well, it would appear I should probably mosey off too.
That's
I didn't
probably
get
a good idea.
I didn't,
smell, it's not yours, but I smell a great deal of blood mist that has come onto your person.
yeah, that's
I would get naked.
a story for another day. I didn't get your name by chance.
My name is Gisello Hepburn.
Gisello?
Yeah,
Yes,
get naked right
Gisello
now, boy.
Hepburn.
I
Now-
like the way your
Hold on
breath
one
smells.
second. Can I get a pen real quick? Can I get a pen?
That is Jes
Jes
Ollo
O
Hebb
Hebb.
VARD.
One quick question as I back away slowly.
Absolutely.
Do we ever get to mingle with anybody else in cell blocks CB 1, 3, and 4?
Not directly, but there is a type of hand language that we use to communicate with each other. And
My little bunny hands.
there are plenty of people here willing to help you. And as with telling you to remove those clothes, I would leave them here with me, because if it draws me towards you, that's not good. But don't worry about any improprieties. One of the things that is good about this prison is there is a informal rule that all of us dungeon masters, that is the leader of the block, so I'm the dungeon master of this block, we have all agreed to institute a rule that it's called rapey rapey cutty cutty. And if you attempt to penetrate somebody, it's gonna get cut off. So we have not had any sexual impropriety in years.
I mean, how will I get my stuff back?
In the morning, I would say in the morning. Personally, you can choose to do what you would like. I do not enjoy being a vampire, but I do really, really enjoy drinking. Just the clothes with blood on them. Your undergarments should be fine.
What'd you say?
Somebody in the distance, dude, just take
So-
your fucking clothes
So
off.
while you're making that
Run!
decision, we will cut over to Norm Lagore. Norm, you are
Sitting there with Jonu's boot print still in the middle of his head.
Norm. You are in Dungeon Block 4.
Okay.
So you see basically the same things. And yours, you see pretty much the same thing. There's a couple scattered groups. There's nobody that's like, well off by themselves. But there is a half orc that is, he has a small guitar and he's playing. Just strumming really quietly to himself, not saying anything. But he's the only one that's doing anything that's kind of different than anybody else. Everyone's just kind of sitting down, being bummed.
I'm going to approach him, and he is going to try to attune to the strumming like he did for Basil.
Okay.
What do I don't remember what we rolled for
Performance.
performance. Ooh, okay. It's an 8.
He's going to try to assist you. It's just off key. So he tries to slow down and
Norm's
he
face is
tunes a
kind
little
of
bit.
trying to figure it out.
He sees what you're doing. He puts his guitar down. He holds a hand out, and this is a very large half orc. So it looks like a little guitar, but it's a full guitar. No shirt, just tattered pants, no shoes. Howdy. Name's John Coin.
Hello, I am Norm. I am very, very new to this world and also this place.
Well, I just saw you walk in, so I figured that. I like the way you strum.
I'm still learning about music. I find it very intriguing.
music is intriguing. Is a very good word for it. Music is soul put into sound.
So Norm kind of shuffles around and looks around and goes, if I may be so bold, how many people here are actually supposed to be here?
He looks around. Well, if you're meaning about people that are actually guilty of crimes, probably about 3/4 of them. If you're asking about people who deserve to be in this facility, not a goddamn one of us.
I hate to say that I assumed that was correct, but hearing it actually put into words makes me not more comfortable than I was before.
No, I wouldn't be if I was you either. Ones like you that are unique. I'm sorry, but I'm probably not going to bother learning your name. The warden likes his experiments.
That is most unfortunate. If I hate to be a bother.
Not a bother at all. I'm just
say-
waiting for the games.
The what?
The games.
Please expound.
Oh, I guess you just did get here.
No.
Well, whenever there's too many people to feed in the prison because they took down our farm and put in vineyards for the warden, so we don't have enough food for all of us. They run some games to let us win our freedom. Now, most of us believe it's all bull cocky, but that little shred of hope's all we got. Anyways, the games are 2 from each dungeon block. The dungeon master and one other get to. There's competitions. It's not a direct fight. The challenger gets to pick the competition. It's unique in that way. And the winner of each one of these competitions, and you'll hear these rules soon, winner of each one of these competitions gets to work together to try to work as a team for their release. As Dungeon Master, I will be in this game as I am every time they do it. And I think I can get you in too. I would hate to see you. You seem like a nice man, and I feel like you have a lot of potential for music. I would hate to see that be. I don't want the things that are going to happen to you to happen to you. But you don't have to. I understand competitions and conflict can be frightening for most.
Oh, no, conflict does not frighten me. I have, in the last 24 to 48 hours, been thrown into a completely different world with creatures I've never seen before, but also learned that I'm apparently, and I quote, good at punching things in the mouth till they go to sleep.
Right on, brother. You're gonna. I mean, that's really good to hear, especially since Dungeon Master you're going up against. But any other questions yet?
You said you don't have any food. Try it. Just tell me to move.
Not a lot, no. I think I had an apple yesterday.
I asked that because I came in with everything that I had on my person, including any of the extra food that we had.
Oh, and that's just floating around?
It's just floating around inside me. I like poop one out in front of him. Just
So, oh god. Let's see about the mechanics. So I'm
Did
gonna
they strip of us of all of our stuff.
Nobody else. They would have searched you for weapons. Everything else you can keep. With you, I think they would have just given you a bag and said, "Put everything in this bag." So yeah, you have a bag inside of you, and it can have like they didn't take anything except for your weapons.
Little hobo bag.
Yes. So
It's the ring and a bag full of shit. just floating around like a lava lamp.
so yeah, you can shit out your bag.
Yeah. So I drop my sack out, open it up, and kind of we probably had some leftovers from like that morning or something like that, and I hand the dungeon master some of it, and then tie the bag back up and ooze it back inside of myself.
He's gonna do really bad on a sleight of hand check, and try to he's looking up and he's trying to grab it under the really low key.
Can I help him with that?
And
like pull it out and kind of just ooze it into his hand as he tries to do it.
Yeah, you can try. You can try to help with the sleight of hand.
Because I actually do have a pretty good sleight of hand. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so yeah, he reaches and knocks it out of your hand, and then another appendage just ploops out of your wrist and then grabs it, and you're able to sneak it to him, and he just shoves it in his mouth real quick. He's like, "Yeah, I can get you into the competition for sure. You knew the secret word."
Unfortunately, I have found the key to most beings' hearts is the same. Well,
Yep.
that and directly through the chest, but that's totally different.
You need a break?
No, I'm ready.
Oh, you're
Yeah, because remember I had to take off my clothes.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Would it be just basically everything from the waist up? Would you say has the blood on it? So keep the pants and the boots.
Just full out.
I'm gonna no. Pants, if anything, have a lot more blood on.
Roll a d12. No.
Because you were securing an amputee's injuries.
I wasn't securing.
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can keep pants.
Okay. So yeah. So I go ahead.
I don't think he
and
touched
take-
anybody with blood.
It's missed.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I take off basically everything from the top up.
He sniffs and gives you a thumbs up.
He also notices. So John
For
has an
rabbit,
amulet
that's
on.
12.
This amulet, if it's from my backstory, so it's just part of my. And the what's his name? Giselo. He also notices a big old just a huge scar on the front and back of Johnny. This is the first time Johnny, since Johnny lost his memory and has only gained back knowledge of skills. Doesn't have it. This is the first time he's seeing it as well. And Johnny's just
Full panic.
kind of okay, but he basically just sets the stuff down. Before he walks away, he says, "Where do I sign up for this blood sport?"
He goes, "You're already signed up."
I figured as much. Oh,
And you notice it all, when you do that, he doesn't have any reaction to it, but out of the corner of your eye, you see people nudging each other and kind of pointing, and just having that big scar seems to have some type of respect value to it.
And then I just walk away as instructed for my own
Guys,
safety.
Don't look at explosions. I made room for you.
So
Also, get a pillow. It makes this way better.
Basil.
Yeah. Am I still in the wardens? Or?
No, we are going to. You are being escorted into your dungeon block. While you're being, the doors open and you're being let in. You see Solon's body being pulled into one of the other dungeon blocks. Still unconscious,
Okay.
very bloody, but I mean, you can assume that he's alive.
I'm not even paying attention to
Head
it. I'm
still bouncing.
Yeah, no, I'm you see him trying to. He's starting to put verses together, to mock the warden.
You are in dungeon block 1.
Yeah. Warden's a bastard, corrupt to the core. he's a demon in disguise, craving power more and more. No, fuck that. Let's see. Our warden's a bastard, corrupted. No, he walks down the halls in his den. He's just like putting together songs in his head. And he just kind of smiles real big, and he just waits he sees that he's being put in his cell block. And he pulls out his loot.
Some prison rock here. Prison Yard Blues.
And then real quick to clarify, because I think I messed up this dungeon blocks, not that anybody really cares. Basil, you're in 1. Janu, you're in 2. Solon, you're in 3. And Norm, you're in 4. Okay.
All right, so as soon as I get thrown into, I start belting a song.
I have a question though. It could screw someone over. Should I just keep my question shut?
No, go ahead and ask.
No.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the guards have made you turn in your loot knowing that bards have a special abilities with their?
No, they don't
There's
care.
no magic. There's no magic behind it.
Just like Johnny's got his guitar. There's
Okay.
like
You can have personal possessions.
And bards' loots aren't necessarily magical.
You can have
Okay.
magical loots, but the bard isn't magic because
I gotcha.
of the loot.
Okay.
Actually, like the music has nothing to do with their spell. It's weird.
Okay. No, that okay. Cool.
But yeah,
No.
very good question.
Yeah.
So as this happens, obviously he doesn't sing like a normal song. He says it as he's talking. He pulls out and just like strums a really loud strum to get everybody's attention. He says, "In the hearts of a prison where a warden stands tall, his flamboyant facade, he thinks he's got it all. But he's clean as a whistle, or so he'd like to claim. But behind the shine, there's more to his name. Oh, Mr. Warden, Mr. Clean, with your gentle gleaming golden shoes, your spotless uniform, but we've got some news. Your fancy won't hide the fact that you're quite mean, and your lack of smarts is quite the scene. Oh, he's got a palace so soap, a castle so shine, but in his realm of intelligence, he's far from divine. He scrubs and polishes all day and night, but his brains are dimmer than the pale moonlight." And then I stop.
I'll give you inspiration for that.
Oh.
Yep.
Real
Johnny.
quick, are we able, like me and Norm here, are we able to find out who we are? Like they found out who he was, like if we're registering for the blood sport, will there be a point where they say our prison names, if you will?
Maybe.
Okay.
See, that's good. Like, prison's a good time to reflect on who you are.
am I?
Well, Johnny really doesn't know.
Why am I here?
Johnny has so many questions. How did I get these scars? Do you want to hear how I got these scars?
I'll know why you'd be waiting for the name. You don't even really know if John is like for sure your thing.
They're gonna say, and introducing some random name he makes up, and Johnny, wait, is that really my name?
Is that me? Does someone know me? Yes.
Oh.
All right. So you sang. Sorry, let me pull up your soapbox.
He sang.
All right. So you are. I gave myself too much information, and now I'm all over the place. All right. So in your room, you see. Again, same number of people. There are two very distinct cliques of 4, each in their own little corners, and then in one of the cliques, sitting on a mound made of everybody else's cots and sleeping bags, is a very large bugbear.
Cool.
Bugbear?
As
Bugbear.
Bugbear. Yeah, it's a giant. It's a goblinoid race.
It looks like a bear fucked a goblin.
Yeah, with long arms.
So he's in the furry cell.
Yeah. God dang it. Anyways, as I see this, I finish the song. Though the warden may linger, his reign shall not last. For the light of truth will shine bright on the past. We'll break free from our chains and justice will adore. In the face of corruption, a new day will be born. And then I look around to see everybody's reaction. seeing if I have it back. Like,
You have a lot of roll for performance with advantage.
Nat 20 on the second roll.
So
Plus 7.
you notice everybody start to tap their toes and then stop and then look over in the direction of this bugbear, and then he just kind of like he's staring at you the whole time with his head cocked, and he goes, right when you finish, he goes, Funders like, come here, bunny boy, bring bunny boy to Funders.
Real quick, is there a reason you rolled twice there?
Oh, so I said roll with advantage.
Uh-huh.
So advantage you get to means you're in a position where like the odds are much more heavily in your favor to succeed at something, or you did something really cool and I like it. And then you get to roll 2, take the better.
Okay.
Just like if you're in the opposite, then you get to roll at disadvantage and take the worst.
You may have to remind me if you say that to make sure
Oh,
to
yeah,
say
for sure.
roll twice.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you.
So as soon as he says bring bunny boy,
I put my hands out like this and start walking straight to him with my loot.
oh, Funders like. But so the 4 guys that were next to him start walking towards you still. He goes, do not touch bunny boy. So they like scatter and make a hole for you.
That's right.
You thought you were gonna have to do stuff to the warden.
I'm not gonna have to do anything.
This is gonna be so much worse.
And that's the bugbear thing?
Yep.
God dang it.
George.
What color is his is his fur?
It looks mangy, filthy, like brown, dried blood, snot. Just he's never washed. Period.
All right, so
Smells like a very sick, wet dog
So-
hiding in an armadillo shell.
perfect. I start strumming again, quickly.
He's
I'm-
smashing his feet down
I'm
way
just,
off beat.
I don't care. I'm in eye contact with him. It says, in realms where shadows dance and darkness reigns, a figure strong in creatures that remain, a bugbear, fierce and power to command the tales of legend that make their stand. With fur as black as midnight's deepest shroud, they prowl the night, both silent and proud. Mighty and cunning, a force to be feared, in whispered tales a legend has steered. And as I'm walking towards him.
He fucking roars. Like, both of his hands up, and he's like, Funders!
And I say, fungus.
He puts his hands down and stares at you.
Doesn't...
He goes, Bunny boy, stop!
I step on my lip and I put it back.
You call Fundus fungus?
No, I said
You
fundus.
make fun of Fundus smell?
No, I said fundus. I apologize that my words were not as clean as my song.
Oh, okay.
And I just smile. I'm like, fundus. I see you are the man in charge here.
Yes, Fundus Master Dungeon.
What is a master dungeon?
Master Dungeon has everybody give them cots, and then sometimes Fundus beat people until they stop.
What would make you have to beat someone till they stop?
They let me.
So, fundus, tell me, do you like the warden here?
I will eat the warden one day, and then poop at the warden, and then I will eat the poop. Fundus not like warden. The warden is mean.
How about you and I tag team and kill
No,
this warden?
Fund does not do that. No tag team warden. Fund is monogamous.
I see the confusion. I see the confusion. What I mean is partner up and make sure the warden dies a painful death.
How?
I think we can work together. You're so powerful and mighty. I think we can work something out.
Fundus is powerful, mighty. What Bunny Boy do? You have good music. You come with Fundus. Sit here.
And he taps the seat next to him.
I sit and I just keep strumming.
When you sit down, roll perception with advantage.
You have a great sense of smell.
15.
There is clearly a large hollow area under all of this, which is also Fundus's toilet. Like the cots are like there's a hollow space in the middle of the cots.
Okay,
so
that's
you're directly over
Where he craps.
just
That's
a
fine.
whole bunch of shit.
That's fair. I figured.
Yeah.
If he was covered in fecal matter and blood, I'm okay with it. I understand what I needed to do to survive. I'm a tiny bunny. He's a big bugbear.
Fundus like you. You escape with Fundus.
Escape? How can we escape from this prison, might I ask?
We win today. Fundus always win, but then Fundus get real confused.
What do you mean you always win, but you're confused?
We have competition.
What is this competition? Tell, is this what you mean by killing people for fun?
Yes.
So is it us versus the other? I mean, I point out to the other four. Is it us versus the other four, or is it
Is
random?
He holds up 5 fingers and goes,
each 4 of dungeon cells master fight or do other weird thing. People always try get Fundus do other things. Fundus just fight. Win competition that way. No checkers for Fundus. What was question?
Do we fight the other prisoners?
Oh, so if you want to fight, you will fight a dungeon master of other dungeon, and I will fight new challenger.
So I won't have to go get you.
No, bunny boy.
All right. Sounds good. And that's it. That's all.
Would you like? I choose who competes. Would Fundus? Would you like Fundus to
pick
have
someone
you
for you?
compete? You want to play in murder game?
Yes. Just as much, just as skill as I have with the loot, I am in killing as well.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Totally.
You can fight Johnny. You're going against Johnny. He has guitar. You loot against his guitar. You hit him low with loot.
Right in the
Well,
clutch. Yeah.
yes, Fundus like.
Oh, you're quite intelligent. That is a wonderful matchup.
I love that the more than 2-syllable word that Fundus knows is monogamous. No,
That's how serious he is about it.
No, I only monogamous.
it's the big Mongol only pun. Game of life.
All right. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
so now we will go to Solon.
Mongol string.
Solon, you wake up just not feeling pretty good.
There's 3 dudes on top of you. I'm just kidding.
Everyone's giving you
He's
a wide
into it.
berth. You are
He's like-
laying on a stretcher still, and it's just 2 long sticks with white like cloth in the middle. There's nothing crazy about it. You feel like you've been hit by a ballista.
2.
Interesting.
Your head is like you have a horrible headache. You are back to 1 hit point.
Just 24 hours of your head being dragged across boulders.
You are at 1 hit point, and I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Knowing your body,
It's all right. You only
and
had
stretching
7 more
your,
than that.
you know that something is very different about your wings. Both of them, not just the one that was cut.
So I tried to, usually my wings are strong enough that I use them to help myself get out of bed in the morning. So like I try to like have them like lift me up a little bit, just like someone would use their arms to help get out of bed. And what I notice.
You get like 6 inches off the ground, and you realize that you've been clipped.
Damn.
I'm in gasp. My hands are covering my face. You cannot see this. But this is my moment.
These broken wings.
Oh my
As you have
God.
now noticed, I should not have been the bard in this game. It should have been Zach.
There's a song reference for literally everything.
And I know none of them.
Come at me, bro.
So
No, you know what? You're at full hit points, but your wings are clipped. They would have healed you up all the way.
wow. I don't know how someone would how he reacts. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that he probably feels total sadness, like empty inside, like something is missing within him as like a very core of his being, because his wings were kind of like something that like made him who he was as a person, as a being. So yeah, he's just sitting there staring blankly into space, like he can't like form words.
Going up for the homies.
And they took his cigarettes, so like this is just a very terrible.
Yeah, so
moment.
like as soon as you get up and like you're bummed, you reach for the cigar, and
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
just another hit.
Like the one normal, actual, regular cigar in that pouch. It's like, I stabbed somebody to death.
No, like
Deep voice
his
change.
it's almost like he might as well like be dead already. Like it's just like there's not like any semblance of who he was is gone, and he has no food to cook. So
Would you like to? Do you want to
gonna
look
kick-
around, or are you in character just kind of focused? on
and
yourself?
in character it's very like this is completely flooring. So he's definitely just sitting there, like very noticeably like just like gone, mouth agape, just staring off into space in shock. So that's the state he's in. Probably worth a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, everybody gives you your space. Nobody's coming up to you. You look terrifying, and now that you're so angry, you look more terrifying. So nobody's messing with you.
Oh yeah, if my mouth's agape, they can see I have completely sharpened teeth.
Yeah,
too,
I
so
mean,
it's-
everything about this, even the hole in the wing, like you just randomly opening your wings, floating for 6 inches, and then all of this is really scary for everybody else. So you have space.
I look around and yell, "Does no one have a fucking smoke?"
There's a gnome stands
Hands
up
my big ass pipe.
and just kind of like waddles over to you. He's wearing a straight up 3-piece suit with a cane, and like he's using his cane, and it's like gilded gold. And so he just kind of goes over to you, pops open.
Are you
and,
sure he's not wearing a Kill Solo shirt?
Holy shit! Noob is a savage! Holy shit!
Sorry.
Attacking.
I had to.
Okay, so he flips open his all silver cigarette pouch, and it's filled, and he's pushes up his spectacles. He has 2 monocles. So he pushes them both up and goes, holds out his hand, and then holds out the cigarette case. Goes, "Insider trade win. Great to meet you."
God damn it.
I just reach for the cigars and try to snatch it away.
They're cigarettes.
Oh.
No filters.
They're lucky
Yeah,
strikes.
I just go grab it and pop it into my.
He lights it for you. He goes, "I'll give you some space, friend. Whenever you're ready. Do you want another one of these? Come to my office." And then he
Will
walks
do.
back. Oh, what do you?
I assure him that I will come to his office.
So he walks back over into like a little corner where he has made a desk again, out of other people's cots and shit.
I
write
sit there and I
fucking
just like
murder
keep
this
staring off
warden.
into space until the whole
We're
thing.
gonna write on
gone,
him. We're gonna
so.
climb a
okay.
tower. We're gonna kill the warden.
So at that point, we're gonna go ahead and call this the end of this episode, so you guys can get some rest before the competition starts.